Hello and welcome, I'm Amanda, and today I'm using my Counterfeit Kit Challenge to play with Striptease the Scrapbook way and using this sketch from the throwback from the scrap room for their April sketches. And so for Striptease the Scrapbook way, Christine Harden has challenged us to use our branding strips to make pendants and banners and or one of the two. So I'm going to make these banners out of the branding strips, obviously. And these 3 Recollections dies, I just put some double-sided tape onto some, it's not quite cardstock, but it's not as thin as printer paper. It's like somewhere in between. So there's a little bit of thickness to it, but not very much. So I'm going to cut these out with the double-sided tape on it. And so the backing is off the one side, stuck to the paper. The other side that's up and glossy is the backing. And I'm going to cut right through all of it. And then that gives me a sticky spot to put all my branding strips to. So looking at the sketch had a banner piece vertically that was bigger. It had one horizontally that was medium size, and then it had a little one at the top. So that's what I pulled out for the dies. These are from, I think I said these are from Recollections, but if I didn't, that's what they are. And then these are all my branding strips that I have right now. So I have actually, for this being what it is, gone through quite a few in the last little while, which is awesome, because I do end up using quite a few each time we do this, so yay. And then because of the way I had to put the double-sided tape on, there is 2 pieces here, so I just popped off the bottom bit of the backing, and then the top bit of the backing is going to stay until I get most of the strips on, and then I can just slide the backing out and stick it down, and it makes it super easy instead of putting my hand in the sticky bit all the time, because that's what I normally do. So just looking through all the different strips to see what I want to do. I pulled out 2 sets of photos. I'm not sure which ones I want to do. The ones on top there are of my husband and our daughter, our youngest, and they're playing frisbee, but not in like a conventional frisbee way while camping, just they were being silly. So I snapped some pictures over at our campsite, which was across that road there, and I was watching them, and it was pretty funny. This was later on in the afternoon. It was a hot July long weekend, and we were, well, camping because we could. So, and yeah, so just sorting out what I want on this side. This one is like a little bit of blue. It's got a wave to it, so it kind of looks like, well, a wave. So, but I did have some different pieces that was cut out of the other side of that, and so just using that little piece there works out really well. I'm going to use a little bit more of it on the medium size banner as well, and then most of this is going to be like oranges and pinks, but bordered in blue on both sides. And then the smaller one has both blues in it, or the medium one, and then the smallest one has no blue in it. But I'm going to use this, which side? I'm going to use a different blue. This one is like a Christmassy one, but that little bit is all that's needed, and you can't really tell that it's a snowflake. It's just a little bit of a pattern, but not too much. So I think this is, well, I know this is the one I'm going to use, but I had thought about how I could make this one work, because I like the colors that my kiddo's got going on in her shirt with what I've got going on, but the suns I wanted for outside, for that little bit of Echo Park branding strip that I have. So that's why I decided the frisbee one. And then the same thing with these, the medium sized one, just I bent down the backing And then each of the banners are going to get this hot pink Echo Park branding strip. And then it's going to get some of the colors I've already used in either one. So I'm not pulling out any new branding strips for the borders. It's just going to, or like the banners. Man, words, they can happen. I'm just going to use the ones that I've already got. Because why not? They already match. And so those ones. And then the little one is just going to get 3 little pieces. And I did pull it off all the way. And then I went, I don't want to do that. And put it back on a little bit on the bottom. And yeah, see how sticky it is? Not working as well as I wanted. So I'm going to do the outside too, and then this middle one with the flower bit, because I wanted a little bit more of that flower bit on here. It wasn't in the medium size one, but it is in the large one. So I just wanted it to show on the small one. And then I'm looking for something for a strip that goes along the bottom so that it can be kind of like a shelf. It looks like in behind there is a piece of paper that's bordering that might be sticking out over top. And I want something else here. So I'm going to use that 49 and Market Blue one. This Hip Kit Club one I thought matched the colors, and then I had dropped this polka dot one on the floor that's got the pinky in it. I'm going to use that one because why not? So then put some of this away. Some of this is going in the garbage. If they are long enough to do like a banner or a flag, I keep them. If they're, so those 3 I'll keep, but anything smaller than that, like that orange stripy one that's at the top there, the smaller of the 3 that's sitting there, that's almost on the small end for me, but yeah, it'll work. So then out of my counterfeit kit, I pulled out this birdsong paper. It's the back of the journaling cards. And so I'm going to use this one, which I'm like, but I want the birdsong. I want those cards, but no. There's nothing else here, and I want to use what I've pulled out to use, and this does not have to stay in my stash anymore. I can totally use it, and it would be totally okay. Right? Totally okay to use your stuff. Now I'm looking at something to do the flip for my photos, because there's 3 of them and 3 won't fit all the way across. So I decided that I could just do it as a flip, and I'll put the one that has the most action on top. And so I cut that to be 7.5 by 4 1/4, and I'm going to cut off another 1/4 of an inch just to make sure that it didn't need to be that big. Just 7 1/4 to get what I needed. There we go. And so then the photo is ready, and then just gonna lay this out a little bit. So this one I'm going to cut in half because it goes above and below the picture. Mine isn't long enough, but that is okay. Same thing with this one. It goes behind the picture, so if I cut it, I have it on both sides now. And then this is my borders for my shelf. And so I'm going to use these 3. I'm actually going to use the blue one up higher, and then the flowered one, and then the pink one. And then I decided I definitely needed the mat anyway. So I pulled out my 6x8 Botanical Buzz, which is also part of this kit, because I was looking at trying to find something with some more of the blue and green tones that I didn't really get anywhere else. So I thought maybe the yellow, but I really do want to do more of a blue, and so that's okay. But then I seen on the back side there's these, and it adds some more layery bits, and that's what I'm going to use, is half of this. And then it's going to go right on top. It's going to hide the flower, but you can see a little bit of the hexagon, poking out. You can see a tiny bit of the flower poking out. You can see a little bit of the doily poking out, and I thought that would be just fine. And then some foam and some more foam, just so that it doesn't really need a whole lot of dimension, but this allows me to sneak all the pieces in after I get it down, and without having to like really worry about where I'm putting the foam bits. So it literally like just can slide where I need it to be. And then inking these because I was feeling like it was getting a little lost, and a little bit of grunge is not a bad thing. And then sliding right underneath. Done. Easy peasy. A little more ink. That one's going to go here. Some more ink. This one's going to go on this side. I'm going to grab my T-square because it did not look straight, and it definitely was not. But then I can get it on nice and straight. And then now I'm going to do these kind of banner border banners. Because I'm cutting the edge, I'm calling them banners too. So 3 more. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably 7, 8, 9, probably 9 branding strips used up on this layout. Yeah, about 9. I just counted. Again, with it in front of me instead of on my screen, because it is totally easier to count it on the page that's in front of me. And then this overlaps, and then the pink is hid underneath a little bit, and then this is gonna slide, not as easily, but underneath that last bit. And that's the main part of it done. There's a little bit at the top here, and so on the sketch it had just one little piece going across the banner. I'm going to put these 3 that are underneath the photo also underneath this banner, because I thought I would tie it in a different spot and kind of mimic what's going on. There's my big head in the way. And then that one. And then this little one is going to get layered over top. And I'm going to just use some foam on it, on the upper part and on the flag bits, and inking as well, just to draw attention to those banner bits, because that's part of what we're doing today. So and then just a little bit in different spots, just so that it gives enough. This is really sticky foam adhesive, and I'm really excited that I'm almost done. I still can't find where I put my squares though. I wish I could find them. I'm not entirely sure. And then I pulled out this Hip Kit Club, I think it's Flourish, for some embellishments, because it's got some summertime stuff on it. That said, Great Weekend. I'm not going to use that one. I am going to pull out 3 word bits. And so the bike is cute, but they're not doing the biking right now. So I have biking photos, so I don't want to use my biking one up. Just taking a look and seeing what else. I'm not sure what that gray one says. This green one that I just put down, it says, is all about relaxing. I'm going to change that one up to love being out, because that really works. And then down here, this one says, we needed this so much. And so those are going to be basically my embellishing. And then a little bit, this little alpha, I can't remember who it's from. Somebody probably knows. But so my title is going to be this, and it says camping is all about relaxing, because it is for us. and sometimes hiking, and sometimes playing frisbee, but that's kind of like a relaxing playing kind of thing. Not working, which is perfect. And then glue these on. And then the last little bit that was in the sketch was a button on the banner and 3 buttons on the large bottom banner. And I'm going to use these enamel dots. They're not really enamel dots. They're like a lot more rounded. They came from the dollar store. They're all in a strip. And so I'm going to break them apart, and I do 3 up here on the small banner. I did try that one there, but I didn't like it for those 3 on the bottom one. And so I'm just going to split them up and go a little bit up and there. And then that is done. So here's my close-ups. There's some still shots here to follow too. This is part of a Hot for the Striptease, the Scrapbook Way with Christine Harden. So that playlist will be linked down below. I will also link the scrap room because I did use their sketch down below. And my counterfeit kit challenge for the group that I'm a part of is also linked down below. And there it is all done together. Thank you so much for being here today. If you liked my video, I would really appreciate the subscribe, the like, and the comment. I always get back to those who comment. Thank you so much again, and have yourself a wonderful day.